Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Katja, I'm CatColouring, and this video is all about my coloring goals for the year of 2025. So sit back, relax, get yourself a nice cup of coffee or a mug of tea and listen to me chat a little bit about what coloring goals I have and why. As you can see here, I have a stack of books here, and I will go through them, each and every one of them, and discuss what coloring books I want to complete this year. But let me begin with the beginning. A lot of colorists make all of these videos with coloring plans for this and that month, and then they send out their completed pages. And I think it's a bit hard for me to make because I usually go with the flow, and I have some body colors and they are planned for each month. I have my Magical Dragons book in which I color with Jamie from Disney Coloring Jamie, and I have my Romantic Country too. And I color in this with a friend from Instagram. And then I have World Heritage, in which I color right now with Jody, one of my subscribers and members. So my body colors, they are sort of fixed. If you want to do a body color with me, you're more than welcome to write it down in the comments or email me, and then we can arrange for the details. But I have thought about, making some coloring goals for the year. And originally, I had thought that my goal was to color in some of the books I hadn't colored in. But then I realized that I am really fond of coloring in particular books, and leaving them and just begin coloring in other books, just to color in them. Well, I thought it would be a bit weird and it didn't really suit me. So instead, I have decided that I would look at some books and decide on some, sort of project books for the year, books that I will continue to color in throughout the year and perhaps even finish in the end of 2025. Of course, there are some difficulties with this. So let's look at the books one by one. So the first book I had thought about working in and perhaps completing was Small Victories by Johanna Basford. I have just counted the pages I have colored, and if I count this including, I have colored 21 pages in this one. And this means that I still have 62 pages left to color. You could argue that, these drawings are small and you can just do a drawing a day. It didn't have to take that long. So I don't think I have any doubts that I could finish this book throughout the year. But unfortunately, this is a body color book of mine with my American friends Deanne and Kathleen. So this is one of the books that we use. They have some Kirby Roseanne's book and others, and so the books we have in common are this one and also Magical Worlds, both by Johanna Basford. And therefore I can't really just, color on in this book, because I need to save some pages. Usually we do some of the bigger pages, with just one motive when we do body colors. But also pages like this, I have done a lot of beginner tutorials where I used this book. This one was also a beginner tutorial. And I think that this was a body color, you can see. So I do have, pages here with all of these smaller motifs that I think that I could just color. But you can see this one, this was also a body color. So I can't just, pick everything. These pages will probably be body color pages eventually with Deanne and Kathleen. And as I said, I also have used this book a lot for beginner tutorials. And I can't remember if I had a color along. This was also a body color. And some of these I used for my small videos I did last year, the video series 3 minutes of coloring. So this book is very practical to me for these reasons, as a body color book and as a book I use to make some of my smaller videos with, and also sometimes a beginner tutorial in, because I know that a lot of people have this book and a lot of beginners color in this book. And so I want to, save this book for these purposes. So this will continue to be my body color book and the book I make some tutorials in, and therefore it cannot be my project book this year, although it would have been nice because it is really quick and easy to color in this one. Then I thought about Forest Kingdom by Hanne Carlsen, because I love Hanne Carlsen books, and I am especially very fond of Tales from the Forest Kingdom. And here you can see I have marked quite a few pages out, and I am very embarrassed to say this, but these were all marked for the autumn that we have just had. And I didn't color one single of these drawings in the autumn because I simply didn't have time. So unfortunately, I have only colored 5 pages in Tales from the Forest Kingdom, and this is completely weird because it is absolutely one of my favorite books of Hanne Carlsen's. You can see I managed to do this last year in 24, but the other drawings, I colored them in 23. So I'm really embarrassed to say this to you, but I simply only colored that one drawing last year. This one was, I think this was one of the very first drawings I colored in this book. And you can see these drawings are just so beautiful. This I actually had thought about this year because it's the year of the snake, and it is a snake, so I had thought about coloring at least this double page. This was again one of the first ones, and the very first one is around here somewhere. Oh, this one. This was the very first I did. This portrait. I thought she looked Egyptian, so I made her into an Egyptian queen. It's actually up as a practice tutorial on my channel, and it's one of those practice tutorials where I really explain in depth how I did it. Unfortunately, because you can see I had some bleed through here, I used my Derwent Inktense up here. And this was one of the very first times I used my Derwent Inktense. This meant that I didn't have found out how much water I could use with the Inktense, and that's why I had some accidents here on this side where it's, blue. And I really love this page, double page spread here with the unicorns. I've just seen one of my friends on Instagram color this double page spread, and I have to say it was absolutely wonderful. And this, of course, inspired me to begin coloring this double page spread with the unicorns. But again, I have colored only 5 pages in this book. I have 58 pages left. You can see I've also marked this page for the autumn. And a lot of these pages are autumn-like, and some of them also wintry-like. So this page, I really love this one with the full moon. I really love pages with forests and full moons and catching the stars. I love it, but it's not a page that I would color during spring or summer because I'm not that inspired to color. This is really an autumn page. So this one will not be part of my coloring goals this year. Then I thought, what about Tales from the Witch's Cottage? Because I know that I have colored more pages in this book. And I like the format of these Hanne Carlsen books because they are not as, big and thick as her older coloring books. So I thought perhaps it's more easy to accomplish finishing one of these books. And then I counted the pages, and I have colored 9 pages in this one. But the difference between this book and for Tales from the Forest Kingdom is that this book is filled with more drawings that you can say they are more spring and summer-like. So they are not all autumn-like. Oh, we have one nice here with some ghost spirits here, and then the mushrooms here. But, you know, some of these you can clearly color during the summer. We also have one here with a winged sort of snake. This could also be colored with, you know, the prompt year of the snake. Not that I do that many prompts from Instagram. I have to admit that you could get really stressed with all of these coloring prompts and hashtags and all that you find on Instagram and also on YouTube. So I have, I try to stay a little bit clear of these because I think that, as I also mentioned in the beginning of the video, no setting coloring goals for a month, but what happens with my inspiration and what I want at the moment. I think that if I just say, oh, I want to color this and this, I can say, oh, I want to color perhaps in these books. That would be fine. But specific pages, it really depends on the mood that I'm in. And, well, also the weather. If it's a very rainy and gray day and clouded and, you know, with wind, then I could be persuaded to color an autumn coloring in even though it's April or May. But when the sun is shining and the sky is blue, then I'm more in the mood for some spring and summer colorings. And this for me means, of course, nature and flowers and animals. And you can see this one with the witch in the garden here. We have apples, we have flowers. This will be a beautiful page, double page spread here to do during the summer. And then I counted the pages, and I have colored 9 pages in this book. And I still need to color 58. And I thought, well, a lot of them are suitable for autumn, but you can see here, again, we have a lot of flowers. This could easily also be colored during summer. So perhaps this was also this one with all of these flower pots here. A treasure chest. So this is a book that you could color more, I think, all year round. So perhaps this will be a book I will return to, Tales from the Witch's Cottage. I could easily see myself coloring in this one. Finishing this year, I'm not that sure, but coloring more in this and trying to make this a project book for this year, I could see myself do that. Then I have Tales from Atlantis. And this one I have colored also more in. I've colored 13 pages in this one. And I have the only hashtag, coloring hashtag I have is my Aqua Adventure August, which I invented last year. And this means that during the month of August, I only color, well, Aqua Adventures. It means water drawings, so underwater drawings. And this means everything with mermaids and fishes and sunken treasures. And this book is absolutely perfect for this. And you can see I have colored a lot of the double page spreads in this book. So I only have 3 or 4 double page spreads left, and then it's just single pages. This means that I can, well, you know, color a page here and there, and therefore perhaps be done with this a bit more. This is not a seasonal coloring book. This is just water with, you can see, sunken treasures and people from Atlantis. She's probably not underwater, probably someone, priestess dancing from the time of Atlantis. It's not all about water, these ones, although this one is. So, and here we have a beautiful, it looks like a swan. So you can see this book you can color in all year round. So this could also easily be a coloring project book for me this year. Also because I used to color a lot in this, and these last a lot of months, this past half year, I think, I haven't really colored in it. And these pages, you can see this one with the big shell. Hope you can see it. I use my acrylic inks, and acrylic inks was a medium I discovered last year, and it's one of my absolutely favorite mediums. I will show you more about that in my art supplies collection video. Also used it for this one. So yes, I really do think that Tales from Atlantis would be a very good project book this year, and I think that this perhaps is more likely for me to finish coloring than Tales from the Witch's Cottage. But perhaps I will get sick of coloring fishes, so you will never know. Oh yes, and this is one of these pages I have ruined that I will have to try to salvage. And you can see here it's all pink, where it's supposed to be water and a rock. Wonder how I'm going to save this one. That will be very interesting. But this also very possible a project book for the year of 2025. The next project book I thought about was Den Magiske Jungle, Magical Jungle by Johanna Basford. I have colored quite a bit in this one. I counted the pages I have colored, and I have actually colored 20 pages in this one. I usually don't color these because I think it's very smooth, and I don't want, to I actually don't want to bother trying with coloring pencils or markers because it's just get really smushy. This is a Danish edition. I just have to say before we move on that the Danish edition is not quite the same as the English edition. It means that some of the pages you find in the English and American edition, you actually don't find in this book. The page with the flamingos, for example, it's not in this book. So for some reason, the earlier publishings of Johanna Basford's coloring books in Denmark, some of the pages in the original coloring books that she did and that was published in England and in the US, they were not all in the Danish edition. I don't know about the other national countries edition. I know there are French editions and so on, but the Danish edition simply is missing some of the pages that you find in the original books by Johanna Basford. I don't know if she knows this, if she's aware that some of the pages that she made and was published in the original editions didn't make it in some of the national editions of her books. So that is why I have bought this in, I think it's an English or American version where all of the pages are, because when I found out I was actually, I was a bit angry because I really want all of the pages when I have bought the book, So I usually also color these pages. I have done some of the double page spreads in this book because, I love double page spreads. And this one I did in 2023. So you can see I have colored 20 pages in this, and I still need to color 53. This was from Davlina Art, a tutorial on YouTube I did some years ago. This was a Christine tutorial. Just have to say it. But double page spread pages like this, they are very, very inspiring. I don't know if I could color jungle motifs all year, but there are flowers and animals, and here you can add your own background. You can make it a dense jungle or perhaps some more open space. You can add birds, flowers, or trees, whatever you like. And then we have these sort of round, not mandala, but round rests motifs. They're always so nice to color. Another Christine tutorial, that one. And again, a lovely double page spread, and you can do so much with a page like this. That is what I love about Johanna Basford's earlier works. I like that you can add things yourself, especially in Magical Jungle. I think it's even more inspiring than Secret Garden, and Secret Garden is also one of my favorites of hers. So you can see we have here, you can do a lot with the background. And this is not a seasonal book, so you're not dependent on the weather. So whenever you want to dream to a tropical place here, well, you can just begin coloring in this book. Again, beautiful double page spread. I can draw and add some of my own things here. And if I just want to unwind, I can do these wallpaper motif pages. Oh, and here we have the skull, which was always present in her earlier books. I haven't seen it in her later books. Then we have my test pages here, another double page spread. This one from a Christian tutorial. Then I continued and made this on my own. Another Christian tutorial. You can see that the time I began coloring in this book was some years ago, where I followed Christian tutorials and then I just began on my own. This one, underwater. And you can do a lot with, light down here in the water. You can also add more fishes if you want. Again, Christian. And another wallpaper page. So this, I don't know if I would finish it in 2025, but I do plan to get back to this because this was my favorite coloring book in 2023. And then perhaps, I think in 2024, it was Tales from Atlantis, well, at least half of the year. And then, of course, a book that I will return to in a minute. But you can see we have so many options here. So this is also a good project book. Not a book I think that I would finish necessarily, but a book that is good for when you want to do your own stuff too, and not just color, but also draw. Twilight Garden. Now this is one of my absolute favorite coloring books. I have colored in this for the past 2 or 3 years. And as far as Maria Trolle books goes, it's my favorite. There's no doubt about it. And I have colored 37 pages in this book. And some of them are tutorials, beginner tutorials, and some of them are color alongs up on my channel. So check out the playlists, because I do have some here from this book. This one was colored with Eversar, and this with Staedtler Ergosoft, but most of it is just colored with Prismacolors. This was a recent color and chat here on my channel, and people voted for this particular page. I always take up 4 pages that people can vote for, and then we see which one gets the most votes, and then I do a video about that page. And sometimes I choose the illustrator in book, and sometimes I let my subscribers choose the illustrator. This one, I have never published it, but I filmed the coloring of this page with my old camera, and I have never edited that video. So I am wondering if I should do it now. It was done back in 23. If you want to see a video of this page colored, write it down in the comments, and then I will get to it and edit that old video. But you can see here we have some of my favorite motifs in this book. Flowers and plants and animals, birds. And you can also see that this one goes for most of the year. Well, there are no winter motifs, but you can see a lot of spring and summer motifs, and some of them I have colored, and some of them I haven't yet. Oh, look at this double page spread here with the rose bush and the bird's nest. Just lovely. Or the fox out in the lupins here. So this is a book filled with motifs that you can color for a big part of the year. You can see still summer flowers, a lot of spring and summer pages. And then here we begin with autumn. So you can see we do have some acorns here and chestnuts perhaps. And mushrooms beginning from here. Also an autumn page here. This mouse with her kids, we still have some, I think it's chestnuts, these ones, and mushrooms. And again, an autumn page, mushrooms here. a pear tree, and apples, and again acorns. So this book is, well, you can color it for most of the year. And as I said, I only need to color, or only, 57 pages, but a lot of them are double page spreads, and I love to color double page spreads. And also some of them have this black background, so I don't have to worry about coloring the background with these pages, like this one, or this one with the eggs here and the bird's nests. So this is definitely going to be a project book this year, also because I have colored in it for such a long time now that I also want to finish this one. Another coloring book I have thought about for this year is Seasons. Unlike Twilight Garden, I'm not quite sure that I will be able to finish this one. I feel like I have colored in this one forever. But when I counted the pages, I had only colored 19 pages. And I still need 77 to go. Because this is a Hannah Carlson book. And you can see there are just so many pages in this book. But the good thing about Seasons is that you can color it all year round. Because here we have the spring pages. And you can see I have marked quite a few of these spring pages. Oh, this one I'm a bit, I don't know if I will be able to do this year. I think this huge bird just looks, well, not an impossible, but you know, this is going to take quite a while. So it's not one of the pages I will just dive into. But this one is cute with the snowdrops here and the bottles. And here we have a lovely bird. The birds are really beginning to sing in the morning here in Denmark. Really lovely to be awake or wake up and listen to the bird song in the morning. I have missed that for the past 6 months. We have these little Easter sort of chickens, or perhaps it's not Easter, but you know, we have the daffodils here and the chickens and eggshells. So this is a really spring-like page. I will probably do this year. We also have some mice here. My test page, and I don't have to color that much. Then I will be done with this test page here. And this is one of the pages I thought that I would do this spring because it's a double page spread. And I do love those. Then we have the summer pages, and I haven't colored a lot. I colored this one. This was a color along on my channel last summer, and this one was a either a color along or a tutorial. I'm really happy with this blueberry lady. I think it turned out great. But look at this. Lots of insects here. And again, a snake page. You could use that for Year of the Snake. A girl with flowers. Lots of flower pages here in the summer months. We have a pond here with fishes and frogs. And then we have her strawberry lady. I think I will color her this summer because I wanted to do it last year, but I didn't have time to do it. We have some cats, of course, and also this page with the strawberries and the butterflies. I saw some colorings of this on Instagram, and one of them was almost 3-dimensional with the strawberries and some very beautiful butterflies. And the other one was with the butterflies. They were just, you know, marked, the patterns and everything was done with white stickles. It was amazing to see, and it must have taken so much time to transform these butterflies into completely white, shiny butterflies. So beautiful page. Oh, this looks like well, a ladybug or something. More insects. And then we have the autumn pages. And I have done a few more autumn and especially winter pages because I colored quite a bit in this during the winter. So it's mostly spring and summer where I haven't colored a lot. And now is the time to begin coloring the spring pages and then the summer pages. So you can see in the autumn, I did color some, but not a lot. Not nearly enough. I had thought about coloring these two for Halloween, but I just begun a new job there, so I was too busy to do it. Underwater scene here, and then this one, and then we have the winter pages. And here I have colored quite a bit. I didn't have time to do her. That was my plan, but you can see here. Oh, and this one, this took forever because of all of the glitter I had to do and the pen job. But you can see I have done most of the double page spreads here in the winter. I need this one I hadn't done, and this one also, or this one. But then we only have this one and this one left, and then the bird at the top of the Christmas tree here. So seasons will definitely be a project book this year because I really like coloring in this book, and I like that it's divided into the seasons, so you always have something to color here. And then there's Magical Dawn, which is also a coloring book. I have colored some in, but this is a little bit bound up that this is my Instagram book, and I follow the CatColouring Ensemble Magical Dawn on Instagram. And I have colored 17 pages in this, and 34 of the other pages have been selected, and they have been colored by the others in this group already. This means that there are only 44 pages that have not been selected yet, including double page spreads. But it's only a page or a double page spread a month. And this means that I will still have a couple of years left with this book. So it can be a project book this year, but I will not be able to finish it as long as I follow the CatColouring Ensemble Magical Dawn. But you can see here that these I had colored. This one I am able to color because it has already been chosen and colored by the others. Also this one with this scarab, or what it is. This one is a page for April. This was a page for March here. I did last month. And next to it is the page for April 2025. Not quite sure. I don't think it looks like a butterfly, more like a moth with a lot of extra wings. This hourglass has already been chosen and colored, so I can also do that page. This with the sun and moon. I think that this will be great with watercolors. You can also see that in this book I have used either Inktense or watercolors, and or watercolor pencils. And I haven't, because the paper changes, so when I have done it on one page, like I did with this cat, then I will have to probably also do it with the background on this page, because the paper does get a little bit coarser. This one also watercolor, so you can see here, and here I had an accident with it. So this is again another page that I have to salvage, but I think I will be able to. This page has already been chosen. This double page spread has not, so I will have to wait until this one is chosen, perhaps in a couple of years. This page has also been chosen. I've seen a lot of colorings of this one. And this one I have already done. And this one was from last year. This has also been chosen. and also this double page spread, so I can do this. And these 2 pages I can also do. And the bird portraits here. And here again, Year of the Snake. I can certainly do this one. The key page here. Also this swan with the feathers. And this double page spread with, I think it's peacock feathers here. So this is also possible for me to color. And this one, this page, this one, and also this one with the bird. But here come some pages I will have to wait until they are chosen. This page I could do. And also these pages here. You see, every page I have marked with an X of the pages that I could color. And then there's this page with this crown, and it's itching in my fingers to begin coloring this. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful crown. And ever since I colored the crown in grains of gold, was it in February, I have wanted to color more of these crowns. I think it was absolutely genius. So these pages haven't been selected yet. These 2 have, so I can color them. Also these 2 with the bird and this star, and also her and the winged cat. But these 2, they have not been selected. And neither has this. This page with the, well, must be some sort of a mermaid with all the fishes. But this one, I haven't marked it with an X. So I think it hasn't been chosen, but I have seen a lot of colorings of this one. So I am in doubt whether or not this page had been chosen. And you can see a beautiful treasure chest scene here from the forest. Very autumn-like, this page with all of the mushrooms. And the moth lady has not been chosen, but these lanterns I could color. And then we have the page I completely ruined. So it hasn't been selected yet, so I am waiting for it to be selected. Or I have actually thought about perhaps making a video about how I am going to salvage this page. How can you fix a ruined page? So, an ongoing project book, this one. So it's time to make a decision now. Which of these books are going to be project books and which are not going to be project books? Well, Tales from the Forest Kingdom and Small Victories, they are not going to be project books for the reasons I have already given. Berettelser from Atlantis is going to be a project book this year. I love coloring these underwater motifs, and I also like the format here. It's not that big, the pages, and they are easy to color and get an overview of. I mean, it can take a long time to color them. This one, for example, this one took a lot of layering and blending, but it's absolutely doable. Whether or not I will finish it, I don't think I will finish this in 2025, but definitely a project book this year. Tales from the Witch's Cottage. Yeah, I think I will color in it. There are some very nice flower pages I would like to color and some autumn pages, but it's not going to be a project book as is, and I will not be finishing this one this year. Magical Jungle Book. I would like to color more in this, especially because it gives me an opportunity to draw and add some of my own things to these double page spreads here. But I don't think that I will finish this coloring book this year. So it's like The Witch's Cottage. I think it will be a coloring book that I will do some drawings in, but I will not do it continuously, and I will not finish this one this year. Twilight Garden, however, this is going to be a project book of mine this year, and I think that out of these books, this is the one I will try to finish this year. So this is the primary goal, to color and finish Twilight Garden. Seasons, I don't think that I will be able to finish it this year, but it will also be a project book here that I will color quite a bit in this year. I don't think that I will be able to finish it, but I will certainly give it a go. And Magical Dawn, also a project book. I will do a lot of coloring in this year, but because it is a collaboration book where I have to wait for people to select the pages we're going to color each month, I will not finish this one this year, and I don't think that I will be able to finish this one until we reach the year of 2027 or 28, because we still have quite a few pages left in this one that haven't been selected yet. So those were my project book this year: Magical Dawn, Seasons, Twilight Garden, and Tales from Atlantis. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that perhaps it also got you thinking about what your coloring goals for this year is going to be. Write down in the comments what are your project books and why. Upcoming videos on my channels: a review of the Marie's oil-based coloring pencils from China, a new color and chat with a Klara Markova, and of course new episodes of my tips and tricks for beginner colorists. Until I see you in the next video, have a lovely day. Take care of yourself. Happy coloring. Bye.